Chapter number 1, Components of Food. In lower classes, we make lists of the food items that we eat. We also identified food items eaten in different parts of India and marked these on its map. A meal could consist of chapati, dal, and brinjal curry. Another may be rice, sambar, and a vegetable preparation of lady's finger, bhindi. Yet another meal could be upma, fish curry, and vegetables. Activity 1. Our meals usually have at least one item made of some kind of grain. Other items could be a dal or a dish of meat and vegetables. It may also include items like curd, buttermilk, and pickles. Some examples of meals are given in Table 1.1. Select food items and enter these in Table 1.1. Sometimes we may not really have all this variety in our meals. If we are traveling, we may eat whatever is available on the way. It may not be possible for some of us to eat such a variety of items most of the time. There must be some reason here why meals usually consist of such a distribution. Do you think that our body needs different kinds of food for some special purpose? 1.1. What do different food items contain? We know that each dish is usually made up of one or more ingredients, which we get from plants or animals. These ingredients contain some components that are needed by your body. These components are called nutrients. The major nutrients in our body are named carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. In addition of food contains dietary fibers and water which are also needed by our body. Do all food contains all these nutrients? With some simple methods we can test whether cooked food or a raw ingredient contains one or more of these nutrients. The test for presence of carbohydrates, protein, and fats are simpler to do as compared to the tests for other nutrients. Let us do this test and record all our observations in Table 1.2. For carrying out these tests, you will need solution of iodine, copper, sulfate, and caustic soda. You will also need a few test tubes and a drop. Try these tests on cooked food items as well as raw materials. Table 1.2 shows you a way to record the observation from these tests. Some food items are given in this table. You can conduct the tests either with these or any other available food items. Do these tests carefully and do not try to eat or test any chemicals. If the required solutions are not available in ready-made form, your teacher can prepare them as given in the box. Let us begin by testing different food items to see if they contain carbohydrates. There are many types of carbohydrates. The main carbohydrates found in a food are in the form of starch and sugar. We can easily test if a food item contains starch. Test of starch. Take a small quantity of food item or a raw ingredient. Put 2-3 drops of dilute iodine solution on it. Figure 1.1. Observe if there is any change in the color of the food item. Did it turn blue-black? A blue-black color indicates that it contains starch. Repeat this test with other food items to find out which of these contains starch. Enter all observation in table 1.2. Test of protein. Take a small quantity of food items for testing. If the food you want to test is a solid, you first need to make a paste of it or powder it. Grind or mash a small quantity of the food item. Put some of these in a clean test tube. Add 10 drops of water to it and shake the test tube. If you are using a dropper, add 2 drops of solution of copper sulfate and 10 drops of solution of caustic soda to the test tube. Figure 1.2. Shake well and let the test tube stand for a few minutes. What do you see? Did the contents of the test tube turn violet? A violet color indicates presence of protein in the food item. Now you can repeat the test on the other food items. Test for fat. Take a small quantity of a food item. Wrap it in a piece of paper and crush it. Take care that the paper does not tear. Now straighten the paper and absorb it carefully. Does it have an oily patch? Hold the paper against light. Are you able to see the light faintly through this patch? An oil patch on paper shows that the food item contains fat. The food items may sometimes contain a little water. Therefore, after you have rubbed an item on paper, let the paper dry for a while. If there were any water that may have come from food, it would dry up after some time. If no oily patch shows up after this, the food items does not contain any fat. What do these tests show? Are fats, protein, and starch present in all the food items that we tested? Does a food item contain more than one nutrient? Do you find any food item that does not contain any of these nutrients? We tested food items for 3 nutrients: carbohydrates, protein, and fats. There are also other nutrients like vitamins and minerals that are present in different food items. Why do we need all these nutrients? 1.2. What do various nutrients do for our body? Carbohydrates mainly provide energy to our body. Fats also give us energy. In fact, fats give much more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrates. Foods containing fats and carbohydrates are also called energy-giving food. Figure 1.3 and Figure 1.4. Protein are needed for the growth and repair of our body. Food proteins are often called bodybuilding foods. Figure 1.5. Vitamins help in protecting our body against disease. Vitamins also help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth, and gums healthy. Vitamins are of different kinds, known by different names. Some of these are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Our body needs all types of vitamins in small quantities. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eye healthy. Vitamin C helps body to fight against many diseases. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. Foods that are rich in different vitamins are shown in figure 1.6 to figure 1.9. Minerals are needed by our body in small amounts. Each one is essential for proper growth of body and to maintain good health. Some sources of different minerals are shown in figure 1.10. Most food items usually have more than one nutrient. You may have noticed this while recording your observation in table 1.2. However, in a given raw material, one particular nutrient may be present in much larger quantity than in others. For example, rice has more carbohydrates than other nutrients. Thus, we say that rice is a carbohydrate-rich source of food. Besides these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers are also known as roughage. Roughage is mainly provided by plant products in our food. Whole grains and pulses, potatoes, fresh fruits and vegetables are main sources of roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrient to our body, but is an essential component of our body and adds to its bulk. This helps our body get rid of undigested food. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It also helps in throwing out some wastage from body as urine and sweat. Normally, we get most of the water that our body needs from the liquids we drink, such as water, milk, and tea. In addition, we add water to most cooked food. Let's see if there is any other source which provides water to our body. Activity 3. Take a tomato or fruit like lemon. Cut it into small pieces. Do your hands get wet while doing so? Carefully absorb whenever vegetables and fruits are being cut, peeled, grated, or mashed at your home. Do you find any fresh vegetable or fruits that do not contain some amount of water? We see that many foods materials themselves contain water. To some extent of our body needs are met by this water. Apart from this, we also add water while cooking many food items. 1.3. Balanced diet. The food we normally eat in a day is our diet. For growth and maintenance of good health, our diet should have all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities. Now, not too much of one and not too little of the other. The diet should also contain a good amount of rich in water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. Do you think that people of all ages needed the same type of diet? Do you also think that what we need for a balanced diet would depend on the amount of physical work that we do? Prepare a chart of whatever you eat over a period of a week. Check whether all the nutrients mentioned are present in one or the other food items being eaten within a day or so. Pulses, groundnut, soybean, sprouted seeds, moong and Bengal gram, fermented foods, South Indian foods such as idlis, a combination of glass, misi roti, thepla, made from cereals and pulses, banana spinach, sattu, jaggery, available vegetables, and other such foods provide many nutrients. Therefore, one can eat a balanced diet without expensive food materials. Eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly so that its nutrients are not lost. Are you aware that some nutrients get lost in the process of cooking and preparation? If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeling them, it may result in the loss of some vitamins. The skin of many vegetables and fruit contain vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. We all know that cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. Many useful protein and considerable amount of minerals are lost in if excess water is used during cooking and is then thrown away. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. Would it not be sensible to include some fruits and raw vegetables in our diet? Boucher thought that fats would be the best food to eat all the time. A katori bowl of fat will give much more energy than a katori of carbohydrate rich food, isn't it? So, he ate nothing but food rich in fats. Fried food like samosa and purat snacks, malai, rabri and peda sweets. Do you think he was right? No, of course not. We can be very harmful for us to eat too much of fat-rich food and we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. 1.4 Deficiency disease. A person may be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrient. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency. Deficiency one Deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause disease or disorders in the body. Disease that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period of time are called deficiency disease. If a person does not get enough protein in his or her food for a long time, he/she is likely to have stunted growth, swelling of face, discoloration of hair, skin disease, and diarrhea. If the diet is deficient in both carbohydrates and proteins for a long period of time, the growth may stop completely. Such a person becomes very lean and thin and so weak that he/she may not even be able to move. Deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also result in certain disease or disorders. Some of these are mentioned in Table 1.3, or deficiency disease can be prevented by taking a balanced diet. In this chapter, we ask ourselves the reason why widely varying food from different regions had a common distribution. This, this distribution we find ensures that our meals have a balance of different nutrients needed by our body. Thank you and have a nice day.